Thank you for joining us at Digital Matters today. My name is Jasper Donat. I'm the CEO of Branded. And thanks to our friends at Facebook, we have a genuine tasty treat in store for us all today. I've had the pleasure through many years of interviewing creators and artists from all walks of life, including music, beauty, fashion, actors, directors, bloggers, vloggers, travel writers, gamers, and sports stars, but never foodies. And funny enough, that's a subject that's right at the top of my passion list. So I'm extremely excited that today we have not one, but two of Facebook's best known foodies to talk food and to talk about the power of collaboration. So we have, with the power of the internet from all over the world, we have Mark Wiens, the full-time eater, and we have Trevor James, the full-time ranger. Mark and Trevor, welcome to Digital Matters. Thank you so much for joining us. I mean, we're going to have a little bit of a group chat. I'm just going to ask each of you individually to just give a little bit of an introduction. So let's start with Trevor. Trevor, who are you? Where are you in the world today? And you're out on a first date. What do you tell them you do for a living?
Hey, Jasper. Yeah, thank you so much. Hey, Mark. So excited to be here today. This is really exciting. I am the food ranger, Trevor James, and I guess I would describe myself as a full-time content creator that's making fun food and travel videos around the world. Right now, my wife and I are in Turkey. We run and create all of our content together. So we're on a food trip right now in Turkey, and we make food videos all around the world. And our goal is to make fun, entertaining, informative content that shows how friendly people are around the world through food. And if I was going to the first date question, how would I describe myself? Maybe
if you're with your friend, if you're with your wife in Turkey right now, maybe it's what you would tell your friends. You're in a bar. Okay. You're in a bar. What would you tell your friends in a bar that you do for a living?
Yeah, I would say I make fun food and travel videos, and I aim to show people how friendly the world is through food and encourage people to try new foods and trying to put something positive out in the world, because there's lots that's not positive, and I try to make people bring something nice to them through food and travel videos. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Boy, can we do with some happy stories right now. So thank you, Trevor. We're going to come back to you in a sec. But Mark, same question to you. Okay, so we don't get the embarrassment with your wife. We're in a bar. You're with your friends. Please tell us who are you? Where are you in the world today? And yeah, what do you tell your friends you do for a living?
Okay, thanks, Jasper. I am in Phoenix, Arizona, US right now. I'm staying at my sister's house. That's why I'm in this house. I love to travel, and I love to eat, and I love to travel to eat. And that's always been my passion ever since I was a kid. Is I love food. I love especially trying foods that would be new to me. Whoa, there's a fly. But totally different, but totally normal to maybe that culture, to those people. So it's something that we can learn, and even taking ingredients and the way that they're used in different parts of the world, which maybe in our own culture, we might have never thought of that. So I love learning about food, ingredients, and meeting people through food. And for the first date, or for the first meeting friends in a bar, I mean, I've gone by the slogan for quite a few years now of being a full-time eater. When somebody asks me, that just keeps it kind of short and sweet and to the point.
Fantastic, and probably kicks off a lot of questions as well, which we're going to do now. I mean, obviously, two extremely successful, wonderful individuals in your own right, but you do also collaborate as well. And today we're talking about the power of collaboration and what happens when two people come together. Now, I believe you have done this a few times. So Mark, let's stay with you and start at the beginning. Where did you two meet?
I believe we met first in Bangkok, right?
Yeah, that's right.
That was the first time we met in Bangkok. Probably 6-7 years. No,
yeah,
quite a while.
I think it was
somewhere around 6 or 7 years ago. I think.
Yeah,
but yeah,
sure.
It was definitely in Bangkok when we first met.
And I assume in a restaurant. But okay, so talk about collaborations. Trevor, question for you. What was the first collaboration that you did? Were you already both, were you both working as creators at the time, or was this just a random tourists? Where did that start, and how did you start collaborating?
Yeah, we were both making videos, and actually, I reached out to Mark. I sent him an email, and I asked, I said, hey man, do you want to collab and make some content together? And Mark replied and said, yeah, I'd love to. And we met in Bangkok for a full-on food tour. Mark took me for like so much delicious food. And then we drove down to Hua Hin and had a big lobster feast. So it was a lot of fun, and yeah, that's lots of nice memories.
Yeah, you're now going to the top of my. Not only is it my favorite subject, but now you're going to my favorite country for the favorite subject. And Hua Hin still to this day has my favorite ever Tom Yum Goong, but that's for a completely separate conversation.
Nice.
Mark, by the way, Mark, you live in Bangkok, right? So you're in Phoenix, Arizona now, but you live in Bangkok. So you didn't both travel from the US to meet in Bangkok. So how did the collaboration come together? Did you prepare it? Did you do it live? Was it scripted? How much of it was improvised and how much of it was prepared? Let's ask Mark first. Sorry.
Sure. To be honest, I mean, with every creator, it's a bit different. So maybe Trevor can also answer for his style, but for me personally, I basically don't script anything, and I just let it roll however it happens, and just as natural as possible with a bit of structure. So we do, like when Trevor and I did our first collaboration, our first day hanging out, we had a list of restaurants to go to, and we had a story, we had a theme. I believe that, that video is actually to eat. There's four main big regions of Thailand, of Thai food. So our goal was to that day eat a meal from every region of Thailand. So we had a story, but just a rough structure and the places to go. From there, the whole thing, everything we filmed was just natural without being scripted. And for me personally, that's especially what I like, because number one is you never know exactly what's going to happen. And that gives you the freedom to just do whatever does happen. And then number two is because my goal is to create a fun experience where it's just like you're going out with friends, hanging out, eating, you're learning, but in a natural kind of way. So I want to facilitate an experience that's just natural without being scripted.
And Trevor, do you travel with a production crew, or do you? I mean, how big's the team?
It's just my wife and I, and I'm on the definitely same philosophy as Mark. Try to keep it fun and not scripted with a structure. And I think people like that a lot more too these days. If you're reading from something, or if something is memorized, it's not as natural and not as authentic. And I think people like, and that's what I love too about content creation, is that you can totally be yourself and you can totally create it as you like, and it's more casual. And actually, a lot of the time, the more casual videos do better too. People enjoy them a lot more.
That's very true. Now, staying with you, Trevor, you've both got significant audiences, but how do you promote your collaborations? Is there a set? Do you have set rules? Do you have set days? Do you upload on the same day at the same time, or with a drum roll? How do you promote the collaborations?
Yeah, so we've done a few together, and I think each time we always choose a specific time for upload, and I think we both promote it in our own ways, usually through like Instagram stories or Instagram posts or little teasers beforehand. Maybe some Facebook posts to let people know what's coming up, and then we choose a set time and we publish at the same time. And then in the posts, we usually, of course, we tag each other and allow our audiences to cross over.
I mean, this is the beauty of collaborating, right? I mean, you're sharing your audiences, Mark. It's not about, you're not trying to steal his, and he's not trying to steal yours. It's about sharing audiences, Mark, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, and I think Trevor and I, really a lot of people that enjoy food and travel would enjoy both of our content.
Yeah, so it's natural.
Absolutely sure. Now, we talked about your significant audience size. Both of you have your own significant audiences. Let me ask a business question. How do you monetize your collaborations? Let's ask that to Trevor. Sorry.
Okay. In the terms of like monetization, it's in terms of collaboration versus regular content. I think for both of us, it would probably be the same. It's through ad revenue. So in terms of collaboration, maybe, yeah, there might not be a difference, but I'd say our main goal is, of course, just to create something fun for our audiences. And a lot of our audience knows both of us, so it's just a natural fit that we would do something together anyways. And the audience that doesn't know, that would be a benefit that we would both grow a little together. But I would say the main goal would be to have fun and to enjoy some food together.
Do you, I mean, talking about monetization, and again, just staying on the business angle of things, Mark, do you guys work with any sponsors? Do you work with brands? Do you get travel associations or food brands to actually support you?
Nothing really long term. Occasional sponsorships here and there, but not consistently. And I mean, for I think we've been fortunate to be able to earn money via the ad revenue, which is typically a little more consistent, I think, in my case, and not have to sell, not have to push for outside sponsorships. But every now and then, when something, and I'm also very picky about sponsorships, especially because I don't want to be sponsored by something that's conflicting with my food review or my opinion of the food. I want to be able to state my honesty about the food. So if it's usually if I do take a sponsor, it would be something unrelated to, like, let's say a car manufacturer decided to sponsor a video about a food tour. That would not affect my decisions on what food to eat. So I keep it pretty careful about that in order to remain credible and to really be able to do what I still want to be doing. But apart from that,
yeah. Sorry, I mean, Trevor mentioned authenticity earlier. I mean, that clearly is very important, right?
So that's something I really take serious and really think about before doing anything. Yeah. But then in terms of other sponsors, in terms of other monetization strategies, mostly ad revenue, also some products. I've tried some products, and also like t-shirts and merchandise.
Okay. And Trevor, same for you. Do you work with brands at all?
On occasion as well. I'm also fairly selective. I think in general, I love to kind of do things on our own. And like Mark was saying, it's really a fortunate situation that we can do that and be more selective. because then we have 100% control of the content. If you're doing a sponsorship, that sometimes they might try to control specific parts of the content in a way that doesn't match with what you would want to do, or it might not come off as authentic. Yeah, so a lot of the time we're really we're mostly really lucky to do what we want. Yeah.
Great answers. Now this sounds like an obvious question, but it's not. I mean, we talked about your significant audiences. How do you connect with them around the actual collaborations? Because the collaboration isn't live, right? You upload a pre-recorded video. So how does the interactivity work with the audience? Let's ask Mark first.
So you're saying, like, once the video is uploaded, interacting with?
Yeah. Do you interact, or do you let it go? Do you react to the comments? Do you chat with your fans?
I think after we would both publish the video together, we would probably, at that moment, we would definitely be monitoring the situation to see that it's gaining views, to see that people are interacting and engaging with the content, and definitely would start to answer comments, especially some of the bigger comments, especially ones that have taken the time to write something like a question, and then also acknowledge others that have just said, "Oh, I love the two of you hanging out together. That looks so fun." So just taking the time to maybe give them a thumbs up or a like on their comment.
Yeah.
Just to acknowledge that they're supporting us, and we're grateful for them all watching our video and for supporting us.
Exactly. Trevor. Yeah, I'm on the exact same page. Just, I love interacting, and it's nice to see lots of comments coming in, and like Mark said, to acknowledge and show that we're grateful for them watching our videos.
Do you ever involve them in your videos? Trevor. I keep calling you Trev. Sorry, it's in English. It's Trevor.
It's okay. Yeah, lots of people call me that too. Yeah. Actually, in the past, I've had a couple videos where we've brought some followers out to, like, when we hit 1 million subscribers, we flew out a couple followers when we were living in China at the time, and took them on a food tour of Chengdu, where we were living. So there's been a couple occasions where we've had some followers in our videos, and that's been really fun. It's been a lot of fun. Yeah.
Fantastic. And that's proper interactivity, right? And
yeah.
And so we've recorded. So let's say you've recorded the collaboration, whether you're in Thailand or wherever, or just online. What happens to all that fun content that you've created once you've recorded it? What happens next? Mark.
All right. Well, okay. So typically we'd probably film. We'd be so excited that we're hanging out together, because it's always just fun to hang out with someone like Trevor who shares a similar passion. And so we usually go way overboard. We eat probably more than we should have. And
yeah.
We're stuffed and tired by the end of the day. So typically we probably crash pretty hard that night. Then a week or two, or whenever, we both kind of like check our schedules and our situations. And I think at the time of us collaborating, I think Trevor and I still do a lot of editing ourselves, even though we do have some help probably too. But we then just get to the content, get to the editing, which is a big part, because we definitely film a lot more video than is possible to include in the video.
Yeah.
And sometimes, because we're so excited talking to each other, we talk way more than we should about the food. So there's just a lot that needs to be edited out, and that takes longer than the filming probably. But for me, if we take a whole day filming and I have 2 or 3 hours of footage, I can usually edit a video in about 10 hours, 10 to 15 hours, depending on the situation and depending on the flow of creativity. But yeah, usually then the full edit, get the video, and just have it ready then to be published whenever we're both ready.
Fantastic. Sorry, Trevor?
Yeah, I was going to say similar workflow for myself too.
So I'm going to, this question is completely off track, but how are you both so skinny? You eat for a living, and there's me. I'm twice your combined body weight, but you're so skinny. I guess, you know, we're talking about collaborations, and collaborations have been popular during the last 18 months and kind of lockdowns and what have you. Where do you think what's next for pandemics? What's next for collaborations, Trevor?
I think that especially with the pandemic, there's going to be a lot more online collaborations, and I think it's great because it's a lot easier than doing it in person, and it's a lot of fun too. So I think that's going to be more. You're going to see it more and more, and I think, yeah, for sure.
And Mark, you're still going to carry on collaborating. Do you ever collaborate with other people, with other genres as well?
Other genre, yeah, occasionally. But I still think it's best with somebody who really shares a similar passion as you.
Sure.
And I've done some collaborations with some people that you could just sense they weren't that excited about the food, which it was still fun. But I think Trevor and I talk about this kind of energy of love for food. And when you have another person that you're with, or if you're filming a person, maybe a chef who is passionate about what he's doing, and you can tell like he puts his love into the food, that just bounces off each other, your energies. So I think that's a huge part of it, and part of that, something that makes a successful video. As far as collaborations, I think also once things have improved, there will definitely be opportunities for many more in-person collaborations as well.
Fantastic. Yeah. And so it's just moving away from food just for one moment. Mark, staying with you here, clearly you're both very, very successful, having been doing this for quite a while, but you had to start somewhere. If someone was watching this who's thinking about becoming a creator, what advice would you give them? If you could give yourself advice again from that first moment, you're like, I'm going to start making videos. What advice would you give? Sorry, that was staying with you, Mark. Sorry.
Staying with me. Okay. Quite a few. Well, okay. Let's just say one of the things that I think is the most important is to persevere, to consistently create content without giving up, but improving at the same time. So what I mean by that is that it takes time to build. It takes time to create an archive of content. It's not just create 20 videos and hope that they'll do well. It's about the consistency of upload after months, after years, that can help you to grow your audience, grow your content, and that buildup of content and that consistency. So perseverance, just keep on, put in the work and keep on going and keep on producing, keep on making content. And then along with that, I think it is important, but I think it's also, when you are consistent with content, you will develop your own style. What works for you? What do you enjoy doing? Be yourself, put your personality and your passion into what you're doing. And I think those are like the real points, I think. But just that perseverance is important, I think.
Fantastic advice there, Mark. Trevor, same to you. What advice would you give someone starting out their career?
Yeah, great advice, Mark. And I would say to people thinking of starting now, I'd say it's never too late. And I think like now is just the beginning of social media content creation. I think it's just warming up. So there's lots of room for new creators to create content. And I would say, like Mark said, it's about perseverance and creating like a consistent content strategy. But I would also say that it's important to just try and create something that you love, like Mark was saying, that you're passionate about, and that you can do naturally. So it doesn't feel it doesn't feel like you're working so hard, because you love to do it. And I would also say to try and create something that you think other people will enjoy to watch, and try to think about people that have never heard of you, or that don't know about who you are. Like, how can you get them interested in something that you create? So sort of have to think about like the general population, and what they would be interested to watch, and how you can create something fun to entertain them, so that your videos can spread faster.
Okay, so this is great. I've been writing some notes as we've gone along, and thank you so much for sharing your experiences as individuals, but also as collaborators, and that's what the whole thing's about. We talked about authenticity and honesty in your content. Talked about be yourself. We talked about having fun. We talked about being consistent. We talked about perseverance. It's not something that happens overnight. We talked about being natural, and Trevor, you just said, be entertaining. Interestingly, you both said it's never too late. It's never too late to start. It's actually a very exciting time to start now. Now I'm going to put my hand up here and say, if you ever need an assistant, I know that you work with a very small team, but if you ever need an assistant, we all live very close to each other. I know we're all over the world at the moment. Turkey, Arizona, Singapore, but Trevor, you're in KL, Mark, you're in Bangkok, I'm in Singapore. If you ever need an assistant, but I might end up eating all the food before you do. But the last two things you said, I mean, well, you said keep on going, and that's such an important message as well. And I'm going to add one there as well, which is keep on eating. But look, so I'm absolutely, it's been really exciting, very fun talking to you both. Thank you so much for your time. Now, we're talking about collaborations, and we're talking about food. So I'm going to hand it over to you. This is an absolute first for me. We're going to hand it over to you, and we're going to see you both in action with a collaboration, a food collaboration here at Digital Matters for the first time. So over to you, Trevor. Thank you. Mark, thank you. Over to you both.
Let's do something together. I think we both brought some foods for this session, right?
And I'm getting hungry for a midnight snack.
Yeah,
but you
me for a morning snack. What did you bring, Mark?
So I've got some egg prata with fish curry potato chips. Here, let me just try to put that in the camera so you can see. I love this graphic. The coolest potato chip
good
graphic. And actually, this is all I could find. I'm staying at my sister's house. This is all I could find to eat.
Fish curry sounds good.
But guess where this is from?
Where?
Trevor, just take one guess.
Oh, Thailand, or a fish curry, maybe like India?
Close, but
Sri Lanka?
Even closer to you.
Oh, Malaysia.
Malaysia.
Oh,
from Malaysia.
Prata.
So, I've never had prata or fish curry in potato chip form, so I'm pretty excited to try them.
That's exciting. That's exciting.
What do you have, Trevor?
Oh, I just got a beautiful box of baklava. We're in Turkey right now, just making some videos here, and just got a variety box of Turkish baklava. So classic baklava. Got one with pistachio here, one a few with walnut here, chocolate, and then I think these are like the supreme, like super large baklava, and then a couple like side pistachio versions. I think, and yeah, just went out on the street last night and bought a box.
It looks amazing.
Yeah. So should we go in?
I think we should just dig in together.
Okay. I don't know which one to take. I might. It's a hard choice.
Well, that's
for the first thing in the morning here.
That's a serious chip bag.
I think I might go in for the.
Oh, here we go.
The classic. Oh, the walnut version.
Oh, that smells exactly like fish curry.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, so we got one sweet and one savory.
So these are really. So I think we both chose some snacks that could be eaten 24 hours a day at any time.
Exactly. Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers. This is
Cheers,
fun.
Trevor.
Online collaboration.
Well, it's always fun to eat with you, man.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Mm.
Oh
yeah.
Oh, that's a good start to the day.
And this is an amazing midnight snack.
Wow, it's so rich and syrupy. How's yours?
Which one did you try first?
The walnut.
Ah, oh, nice. These chips are actually amazing. You taste, first you crunch down on the chip and you taste the fish curry. And then like in the back of your throat, you taste that egginess from the egg patas. You got it both, but like the aftertaste is definitely egg.
Wow.
Amazing.
Sounds great. This baklava is nice too. It's classic Turkish style. It's soaked with that syrup. And the walnuts give it that crunch. And the phyllo dough is like nice and flaky. Delicious.
Nice.
Wow. This is great. It's nice that we sorry. It's nice so you can it's great to do online stuff these days. Like through the pandemic, it's really great how people can collab online. Like we did at the beginning of the pandemic.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. I mean, using the technology that we have available, and even, I mean, we could be eating like a huge meal. We could be eating a barbecue. We could be eating just some snacks like this.
Yeah, exactly.
And still be having fun.
Or our fire noodle challenge. Yeah.
Yes, that was awesome.
That was good. That was good. You really brought it up another level with the fresh chilies from your garden.
Oh man. Conveniently.
Yeah.
Right there in the garden.
Just right there, just boom. Spicy.
Oh, chili oil too. Yeah, that was just fun.
Good. That was fun. Yeah. Oh, okay. I should try a different flavor of the sweet here. Okay. So let's see. What else? Okay. I think I'm a lover of the chocolate. I think I'm gonna.
Man, I've never had chocolate. I've never had chocolate baklava. You gotta let me know how that is.
Okay. Oh, it's so sticky.
Have you ever had chocolate baklava, Trevor?
I did once here already from a different shop. Oh, and look at that. You can see the pistachio on the inside there.
Nice. Oh, that looks juicy.
So sticky. Yeah. Oh. That's awesome. Rich with chocolate. And sweet.
Only thing I wish we could do is like swap some bites with each other. Well,
yeah,
with each other, but to each other.
Pass it through.
But I guess we'll just have to. Describe the flavors to each other, and
Yeah.
That's fun too.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome. Well, that was I think we're good.
That was a fun snack.
Yeah. Oh, they're addictive. You can just keep going. Oh, messy.
I'm impressed with these chips. If you ever see them, I'm not even sure the brand. Oh, the brand is called Feast, F-East, I think.
Feast. Looks good.
Have you ever seen these? Have you ever seen these in Malaysia, Trevor?
I've seen. I might have seen them in one of the grocery stores. There's quite a few amazing flavors in Malaysia, like the salted egg yolk is a really popular one that you see, and I think maybe I've seen these. I'm not sure.
Highly recommended. If you're in Malaysia and can get a hold of some egg prata with fish curry potato chips, they're really
good.
Tasty.
Looks really good.
All right.
I might have another bite of that baklava. Oh, it's addictive. I think I like the chocolate more. It's not the classic, but it's like really rich, and I love chocolate.
So maybe we should wrap it up, Trevor.
Yeah. That was a great time.
Yes. Always fun to catch up. Always fun to hang out, chat, to eat.
Exactly. I hope we can eat together soon.
Yeah.
Again, in the real world, in the like
in person.
In person. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you to Mark and Trevor again. And if I was hungry before that collab, I'm absolutely ravenous now. Also, if you didn't catch this morning's session, the Audio Matters session with Kimberly Chen and Facebook's Tanvi Kapoor, you can find it now on the internet. So we'll see you back here soon for the next episode of Digital Matters. Thanks again to all of our speakers today, and of course our friends at Facebook for making it happen.